Hello, everybody. Dr. Ricky T here. Hang on here. I'm going to go live over on Instagram. Bear with me while I click on something else to make that happen. There we go. I think I'm live in both places. So happy Wednesday, November 27. It is, I'm a little bit later today due to another call I was on. I will share that in a moment. But if you're in the United States, happy pre-Thanksgiving Day. And we know the day before Thanksgiving, all the stuff, right? All the energy, all the food, all the prep, all the right to honor and take a moment and slow it all down on Thanksgiving and overeat. Although I recommend you don't, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. Is to celebrate and to be grateful. Obviously, to be grateful for all that is. So, so it's going to be brief this morning. I just wanted to chat. So I was just on a call about going to the next level, going to the next level. And I mean going to the next level physically, economically, spiritually, whatever next level means for you. And one of the topics that I'm becoming more fascinated with, of course, as I get older, I'm going to turn, I think, 60. No, I know I'm going to turn 66 on January 5th of 2025. But one of the topics that I'm becoming increasingly aware of course, is longevity. It's very in these days, how to create a longer life, right? And the other day I saw this amazing doctor, Dr. Casey Means, was interviewed on, I forget which, forget which news show, but anyway, excuse me, talking about health and longevity. Immediately got her book. It's a bestseller. Good Energy. First of all, great title, right? Great. You guys know, if you know, I hang out in the energy space and the quantum physics of energy, but on the physical, she talks about it on the physical plane, right? Feeling incredible, avoiding disease and aging well. So she gets into the metabolic stuff and goes deep. It's a very deep dive, right? Very specific on what happens to the cells and everything. I'm finding it fascinating, right? I'm kind of getting into it at this deep, deep, deep level of how does this body rejuvenate itself and take care of itself. But the the stream title that I gave this morning for the streaming world is next level. Next level. And to question and be in the question. Hello, Catherine. Welcome on Instagram. To be in the question of what does next level mean for you? And because atrophy is always happening to us, sort of this energy, right? Certainly as I get older, the body starts to want to go like this, and my energy wants to go like this. And in our culture, many cultures, the retirement energy, you start to shrink it, and I'm becoming fascinated with and pushing the envelope of going the other way as this wants to happen. Certainly a lot of people around me are talking about it. I live in a community here in Palm Springs. The retirement word is used a million times. You've probably heard me say this. It's talked about a lot, sort of like, and then I'm still working full time. I love working full time. We've got, myriad of clients that we work with, and we're helping them go like this because I want to go like this. And you know what I mean? Like expand and go to the next level. And I think it's just an interesting question to be in. What does next level look like for us, rather than maintaining just survival? You've all heard the distinction between surviving and thriving, right? Thriving, there's a big distinction. And I'm becoming fascinated, interested in help my clients that with this, with my body, my mind, and my spirit. What does this look like? What does expansion look like, right? And not just, I mean, of course, for longer survival, but also for more thriving and energy and aliveness and dynamism, if you will, while I'm doing this, right? Because in another great book, by the way, I'm just going to grab it really quick here. I know I'm standing in front of my camera, but there's another great book in the same topic. It's called Outlive, right? Peter Attia. Another great book. So you can tell I'm becoming obsessed with this topic. Is he talks about the end of life. It's kind of a little bit It sounds morose, but it's brilliant. It's actually brilliant. The arc that he speaks to, by the way, in life. Let me get my little board here. Just going to make a line. I'll just make it here. So he talks about life sort of, I hope you can see this, sort of like, we peak at some age and then we just slowly, decay, right? And then there's this moment where it finally ends, right? He wants to, his model is, what does it look like to do this all the way as old as possible? And then, boom, I'm done, right? And it's such an interesting way to think about. So I know I'm talking about the end of life, but notice what I really want to be talking about and what I want to help people with and what I love is this, no matter what age we are, what is the expansion, right? And what does that look like in terms of going to the next level? Because if you think about it, this is levels, it's always the next level. And, think about it economically, think about it career-wise, so it's the question I offer you to think about here on this day before Thanksgiving is to be grateful, of course, for what is, but then also be fascinated with what is the next level. What is your next level of living look like? What is your next level of doing the work you want to do? What is the next level of taking care of this remarkable thing that we wildly should be grateful for, our bodies? Even if there's all kinds of stuff going on. I mean, I got stuff going on in my body. I'm not going to go into the details. Nobody needs to know, but there's stuff going on. And it's like, okay, but I'm still, right? I'm still next leveling as best I can. So that's the question. That's you've all heard the phrase next level. What does it mean to be of next level? But I'm really asking you to look, as a coach and a trainer and a speaker and an author and a person who loves coffee, what does next level look like for you? And then I'll link it to the other thing that I think happens, or what I know I need a group of people to next level with. I have an idea about it, and then I should go to the gym, and but I love to go to a group class in my gym, right? I want to go be with people who are next leveling together, because when you next level with a group, the chances of going to the next level go up. It's because you're in a community, you're in the energy, you're in the philosophy, you're in the commitment, you're in the discipline, you're doing it together. So some of you know I work out with Marion Jones, the Olympian, on Zoom. There's about 50 to 100 of us working out a couple times a week on Zoom. Because we're all next leveling together, right? We work out together, we support each other, we're a group. So why am I talking about that is next week I'm going to do a pop-up class. You guys know I do free pop-up classes about working from home alone and that whole topic. So if you're like me, you work home a lot, you're sitting on your computer a lot, you're alone, we're alone, and physically not a lot of people around. We're not going to an office. And I'm going to talk about that. We're going to kind of get behind the curtain on that and talk about the mindset of that, what that does over time, to our mindset, what happens to our bodies, the whole mind, body, spirit conversation about the cost and the solution, if you will, to working home alone, right? Many of you are coaches, many of you are trainers, many of you are speakers. So, we might get a gig and go out into the world for 3 days and do a gig. Great. But then we come home alone. What does that do? And we're going to talk about it. We're going to best practice it. What are best practices to do? So that is a pop-up call next Wednesday. I don't know the date. I think Jocelyn, you can put the date in here if you let me know. It's next Wednesday at 1:00 Pacific time, 1:00 Pacific time. And of course, you guys, December 4th. There we go. Thanks, Joss. The other thing you guys know that I do is on these calls, bring any topic you have, any business situation, any impact situation, meaning go to the next level of your business life, bring your next level question, right? Because I'll just leave you with this thought. If we're not thinking about next leveling, then we're either thinking about maintaining or we're thinking about shrinking. And I watched my mom sort of do the maintain and shrink conversation. I literally heard it out of her mouth, and God bless her. She just, right? Expansion was not really a conversation. She didn't it was like, what, I mean, what did that mean in her daily life? I wish she'd taken better care of her, better care of herself, all of those conversations. That was not in her consciousness to be in a next level conversation until the very end. And I think that's a rare thing. Most of us don't do that. The standard consciousness conversation is sort of survive as is, and then start to, how can I, what does it look like to go like this? Or it just starts to happen to us. So thanks for this brief moment of expansion, and may you have a beautiful holiday, or a brief moment about this conversation about expansion and what does next level look like for you. May you have a beautiful holiday if you're in the US with loved ones, family, friends, and talk about expansion. Many of us will probably overeat a bit and will feel expanded in our bodies. But I invite you to really, take good care of yourself, of course. During this holiday, I'm going to work out every day. Nothing changes in terms of my workouts. Nothing changes in terms of my, I'm still going to even do some work, if you will, not one-on-one coaching calls or anything like that, but I still will be in the expansion of putting things into the world and writing copy for the next thing and writing a chapter for my next book. And because I am interested in outliving, and I'm interested in good energy. So there you go, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. More to come. Have a great rest of your day. And we'll see you soon on some call or some, you guys know I'm out in the world, and you'll be on a call, or you'll be in a stream, like a streaming day like this on Facebook or Instagram, getting all the jargon wrong on all the technology. So, all right, everybody, take care. Bye. I'm going to push the stop buttons. Give me a moment.